It's a scenario that sadly could happen to anyone, anywhere. You're inside a bank when a gunman enters and the hold-up begins. The stakes are life and death for you and everyone else present. So how do you react in that moment? For the man you're about to meet, the answer may be in stark contrast to your own, as John Donvan now reports.
What is the right thing to do when you're facing a man with a gun? It happened to Richard Camp, and whether he made the right decision when he leapt to break up a bank robbery, you can agree or disagree.
All right, there. This is you.
As we stand in his living room in Long Beach, California, us filming him watching the whole thing from the very start, from before the trouble began.
What were you doing in the bank that day? Just going to pick up some checks that I had ordered.
When suddenly, bottom of the screen, a man in a motorcycle helmet enters. He's there to rob the place and head straight for the same window where Richard is standing. There is no sound with these pictures, but Richard can narrate every second of what was being said.
He uses expletives and tells me this is a robbery, don't move or else you're going to get blank and killed. Right. And in about a millisecond I realized, don't think, just go down on the ground like you've seen in the movies.
You stand up now.
Right there, that's him telling me get the F up off the ground. And
so he stood there for long seconds debating what to do.
First thought, I look and I'm just surprised. I'm like, is this really happening? And then for a split second, I thought, maybe I could do something. Then I thought, no, get that thought out of your mind because this is too dangerous.
What is the right move in this situation? Police departments across the land put out the same answer. It's on all their websites. If you see a crime in progress, don't intervene. Call 911.
I don't think any police officer, would tell you to try to pull off a rescue. They will tell you to follow directions, to
follow what the gunman says?
Because the chances of your getting hurt are so high.
Amanda Ripley wrote The Unthinkable, a book about people who find themselves right where Richard was at this moment. With calling 911 not an option, Richard was trying to follow the gunman's instructions. That's why he kept standing there.
And I'm looking down. I'm scared. Okay. I just, pointed a .357 Magnum and said he's going to kill me twice now.
Note something else going on here. How so many other customers kept going about their business.
You were the only one who knew?
Yes.
And the teller and the robber?
Correct.
Okay. So but they don't notice that you're on the floor?
Well, obviously, these people just walk right on by. These people are carrying on alone. This guy's drinking a cup of coffee.
Either they did not know what was happening or did not want to know. Ripley says of all the choices to make in a dangerous situation, not responding at all is the worst one.
Do something. Even if it is taking cover, protecting your child, looking at the gunman and getting a description, being very aware of your surroundings for exits, thinking through a checklist of what you can do, and not telling yourself this isn't happening.
Richard didn't have that luxury. This was happening to him. And now suddenly to another customer the gunman rushed, making a clumsy grab for his cash.
That's money that's falling out of his bag as he was trying to stuff it in and then reach to get this guy's money.
That's actually the gun pressed against his cheek of this other guy. Okay. Now he knows that.
Yeah, he knows it's for real, and now he's a little bit freaked out.
And it began to feel to Richard he might not get out of this alive.
Well, he's already told me now 3 times that he's going to kill me.
And perhaps that's why, as the gunman began to climb over the counter, Richard went against all that police advice, and he did this.
I remember going, oh, no, I'm doing it.
When he felt you, what did he say?
He didn't say anything. He's definitely surprised. So for about 2 or 3 seconds, his hands are up in the air, and he's shocked. Okay, but I can't lock out the full Nelson because of his helmet.
That he went for it doesn't surprise Amanda Ripley at all.
Far and away, heroes are more likely to be men, first of all, and more likely to be blue-collar men who work in hard physical jobs that involve some risk-taking.
And Richard, in fact, he is a general contractor. He works with his hands, but right now those hands are full because the gunman has started shooting. Look, a bullet flies through the cash on the floor. And another one, watch, it lifts that tablecloth. But that shot, it caught Richard in the leg, and yet he wrestled until
I hear click, click, click. It's the sweetest sound I ever heard. I knew I had a fighting shot at that point.
But he's out of bullets as far as you know.
As far as I know, he's out of bullets.
Finally, more help starts to come. Another customer joins the scene, a security guard, and then the police arrive. It's only then that he really understands that he's got a bullet in his leg. On the way to the hospital, he began to wonder again.
I was asking myself, did I do the right thing? Didn't I do it? And I asked the ambulance driver that. He's, oh, you're real lucky, but you did the right thing.
As you can see, though, Richard is now doing interviews with a lawyer by his side. He and the bank are in a dispute over how he should be compensated for taking that bullet, since right now, although the scar is not terribly dramatic, he can't work, And the question his attorney, Eric Dubin, objected to, but that he wanted to answer, was this one.
The other argument could have been that if you hadn't jumped on that guy, he would have done his business, gotten out, and you never would have been shot. What about that?
Is it possible that everybody could have been all right? Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely possible. And again, I'm saying, do we in society get so paralyzed that we don't do anything for fear of getting in trouble? Okay, and if that fear had have been stronger than the fear that said do something and help out, then I wouldn't have done it.
Of course, it's unknowable what might have been that morning in the bank. These pictures only tell us what one man chose to do when he had almost no time to decide. I'm John Donvan for Nightline in Long Beach, California.
A split-second decision and a fine line between hero and victim. Our thanks to John Donvan. And when we come back,